Hello and welcome to UAT Time within the United Country Special by First Ukraine. You can find us on the frequencies available on our website firstuat.com. I am Sergey Velichanskiy.
And I am Olivier Vedrine. UAT Time is dedicated to bring Ukraine and Europe closer to each other by introducing the real Ukraine to the rest of the world.
Ukraine will live while there are activists like this.
Our guest today is Liliia Tkachenko, Kateryna Romaniuk, activists from an NGO, Ukrainian Creative Reformers.
Liliia, the question is for you. First of all, as the leader, as far as I understand, the leader of the NGO, what are your activities? What is it that you do, and what are you involved in?
I have dreamed to change the world, and I even once wanted to become president, but one day I realized that the game of politics is very serious and really scary. I'm sorry. But one day I realized that the game of politics is very serious and scary, really scary, and the dream of being president transformed into a desire to be a specialist and expert in social activities. I am more inspired in organizing a project in culture and social and environmental sphere. It is important for me to be example to other people. Because it is wonderful to see how people can change their lives, can change their lives, their habits, their minds, their positions, and also begin to be active and change the life around. Today we organize a project that change lives and minds of people.
Okay.
That's right. Really, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Actually, when getting ready for the program, I looked through your Facebook pages and I saw pictures where you were as well, planting some trees. What was that all about?
Oh, that's Trees for Peace. That was very amazing. You know, we were together with Liliia and we go this nice garden, botanic garden.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
And we planted some trees for peace, and we were some very few VIP person with some ambassador and minister.
I think there was a minister back, the ex-minister of ecology,
yes,
right?
Igor Tkachenko.
Yeah, and some ambassador also, and that was very interesting and this is a nice symbol to plant a tree. You know, this is the future, symbol of the future.
As far as I understand, this this project took place in many cities and towns in Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
The initiative of the initiative Trees of Peace started in April this year. My idea was supported by activists in 91 villages and cities of Ukraine.
91.
91.
Yes.
Okay.
And planted more than 6,000 trees with wives of the peace.
6,000 trees.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. That's amazing, you know.
Well, that's, you know, it's like this, you know, everyone needs to do what they need to do. The politicians need to make political decisions. The parliament members need to make laws. The soldiers need to protect, and the activists need to raise awareness of the need for peace here in Ukraine.
The central location in Kyiv, we create the Peace Square in Grishko National Botanical Garden. Representatives of 6 countries had joined to this initiative: Bulgaria, Romania, and Syrian Arab Republic, Uzbekistan, France, and Ukraine. The initiative Trees of Peace was supported by government of Ukraine, ambassadors and ministers.
Okay.
The initiative Trees of Peace was supported by first Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Policy of Ukraine, Volodymyr Lapa, Minister of Ecology and Natural Resources in Ukraine, Igor Tkachenko, his team, and activists, our organization, Ukrainian Creative Reformers, planted trees of peace too. I participated at the World Conference, the Movement for Clean Planet, Let's Do It World.
Okay.
Maybe you know about its initiative. And our initiative was supported by 50 countries. Trees of peace plant in Netherlands, France.
Yes.
My English not very perfectly.
That's all right. That's all right. You're doing good.
The initiative is symbolic. It is opportunity to show individual position for peace, spend time with benefits for the planet, and get new experience and new impressions.
That's an international event.
It's an international event, yes.
But it was originated where? Кто родил эту идею?
The founder of the...
To the founder.
Liliia Tkachenko.
Lilia?
Yes.
So
I have experience of small and national-wide projects, but one beautiful day I come up to idea to organize a project with which would be born in Ukraine and become the worldwide.
Wow.
let's vote for Liliia into UN offices.
Yeah, really.
All right.
Beginning of the project. Yeah.
Maybe,
Yes.
Last year I was a national coordinator of work with volunteers on global initiative for clean planet in Ukraine. The initiative was called Let's Do It Ukraine. I coordinated the volunteer all over the country. I conducted 15 press conference in 15 regions. I was difficult years, but me and my team participants more than 170,000 people. From different cities of Ukraine and Crimea, who went out to the streets to make and the city clean.
Okay.
Clean up Ukraine. Let's do it Ukraine. After organization big national cleaning, a lot of people come to me and told me about their problems for advice. And next, my idea is organization school of environmental social activists and to train activists to interact with state, public, business, and media sectors. And our project, we teach 60 people from Ukraine. Project consists of 3 stages. One stage is 3-day training education. Second stage is 1 month to implement local initiatives. And 3 stage is a round table, 1 day sharing experience. And for my deeds in the sphere of ecology, I become the Ukrainian prize winner of the 10 outstanding young person TOIP in Ukraine in ecology nomination, and represents Ukraine as the TOIP of the world in Japan in November in this year, and it's first time last 76 years.
Wow.
Wow. Now,
It's my short history.
if you don't have ideas, remember this name, Liliia Tkachenko. She will soon be somewhere in UN offices, I think, because, you know, if it wasn't for the people like this, like Liliia Tkachenko, nothing would be happening here in Ukraine, you know. So, well, what are you preparing in this near future? What are your plans for the near future?
About my plans?
Yeah.
Oh, about my plans. Now we are looking for donors for second school of environmental civic activists. At our school, we teach activism to organize local initiatives, to interact effectively with public, government, business, and media sectors. After trainings of activists, they go home, develop local eco-communities, and implement local initiatives and plant trees of peace. The initiative Trees of Peace is planned to be international. On August, we are planning to make a tour around Ukraine to show our art documentary film Multiethnic Ukraine in 10 cities of Ukraine.
Wow, and then I think, you know, that's really great. We talked about that before, but really, I think you have to really to present that in Brussels, as I say to you, to Brussels and to Strasbourg, because I think they can be interesting to support you, really. Now we have a lot of programs of financial aid, and they have to know that you exist, no? And your project is, I think, can be very interesting for Europe. For EU institutions. Then I must advise to you to present your work in Brussels and in Strasbourg, in the Council of Europe, and also in some EU institutions. Because you are working on the same values than the European values, and environment, human rights, education, diversity, and that's very important. And really, but you know that, I think we have to do something to help you in Brussels, really.
Yes, that's why actually one of the steps is that you're here and you're presenting your program, and a lot of interesting people watch this UAT time. So it's good. But now, what I want to know is, how do you think, what is your opinion about the status and the situation with the NGOs in Ukraine and the consequences of their activities on civil society?
If you'll ask me to answer this question.
Yes, actually,
Okay.
I waited for you to start speaking as well, because you are involved in the same organization. So,
Yes.
Kateryna, please.
Okay, so for recent years, the number of NGOs totally increased in Ukraine, and it's very good trend for our country because it could make the civil sector more stronger in implementation of its initiatives and defending of its rights. It's quite great, and despite the fact that mostly they rolling up only because of international funds and grants, the main is the result that they do. It's help to youth people, inspire them, and make civil enlightenment. Well, what can I say more? Very often NGO makes some goals in which they ask their participants to make their own NGOs. And it's quite good. It's like, you know, a good virus. So maybe that explains the increasing of NGOs organizations.
But I think, you know, we talked about that in our former, you know, with Denis, you know, and Denis said that Maidan changed the people. And I think this is the result. Now the people understand in Ukraine that, okay, we can do something with the politics, but we don't have to wait everything from the politics. We have to do with our own forces. And that's the beginning of a new people in Ukraine, you know. They want to build with their own forces the new society, and that's very good. They are not waiting everything from the politicians. They can do themselves. And this is the beginning of a big change in the mentality in Ukraine. That's why you have more and more NGO, I think.
To support your speech, I would like to say that I'm a sociologist and I'm research the Maidan, and Liliia was an active participant of Maidan all this time. And we have something to say actually about that. We believe that Maidan divide the history of Ukraine on before and after.
Yeah.
And of course, we are not hypnotized. We know that it was a special technology, very effective. But the main is...
but no cookies.
Yes,
Okay.
but of course the main is not like the things, but meaning and attitude that people put in it. And for people it was a revolution of mind.
Totally agree.
We believe that, we don't believe, we saw a lot of young people who were very inspired with their youth enthusiasm, go there, and they thought that they will change the future of Ukraine, as well as the people middle-aged, whose life was like totally who spent their lives in revolution, beginning from the independence, then Yushchenko and who really believed that they could change the future of Ukraine. And the most important thing that we believe is that Maidan actually was an event where people could came and show their protest against great injustice. And everyone saw a different routine of this injustice, but they fight, they show the whole world that people should fight and could fight, and that they are ready for a good change. I think the result of Maidan was the revival of the national idea, patriotism, and hope in a good future.
And not only for Ukraine, for
Yes.
all Europe and
Yes.
continent.
Yes, I want to come back to the situation with the NGOs because, about 10 plus years ago, I was involved with the NGOs as well, with the social work with youth. And the situation back then, I hope, and that's my question will be, I hope now, the situation now is different from what it was back then, because we were involved in that, but we couldn't operate without the support, financial actually, support from the overseas, from the abroad. Now, my question is, and my hope is, one of the level of the Ukrainian society maturity is measured by whether or not the Ukrainian people themselves support the initiatives. But the Maidan showed that yes, people sacrifice their own money, time, lives. This year and a half war shows that, without relying on the West, people just gave their own to, equip each soldier individually.
Yeah, I know.
Now, how do you think, like your NGO and maybe others that you know, how much of a financial and other support from the Ukrainian people do you get?
From Ukrainian people?
Yes.
Oh, it's an interesting question, because mostly we get only their support, like in participating.
Okay.
As for-
time.
Yes, their time.
They volunteer their time. Okay.
Mostly it's young people who are not
Okay.
involved in a job process,
Okay.
in work. Well, as for funding, you are very right. We do that only by finding some donors. For example, a lot of organizations like candy plants or etc. also provide us with not with money but with the presence, like sweets or something.
Okay,
so
resources,
that's
some
how
resources,
they
okay.
help us. But if we're talking only about pure financial side of this of projects, so yes, unfortunately, or thanks God, it's foreign funds.
Okay.
Foreign funds.
Yes.
And with media, do you have a big support with media, with newspaper? Because you talk about press conference, but you have a big support? Or you are supported by the media in
Yes,
Ukraine?
we do a lot.
Yeah.
Because of the media, we find and use the same minders, new friends, new sponsors, and new contacts. It's very important, especially in activities like ours. And we are working with media. For example, we made a lot of projects in clinic in hospital Ohmadet, and charity organizations, yes, to save money for children and etc. And we have, because of the huge contacts, because we had a contacts of media and etc., a lot of channels presented our actions.
Okay.
Yes, so this is the grateful, we are very grateful for their help in this. So every
good
business
support.
help us in their sphere.
Okay.
cool.
What do you think about the youth of Ukraine? How helpful and how active are they?
Okay, may I also?
Yes, yes,
if you don't
please.
mind. Unfortunately, today we know two types of youth. First, would like to leave Ukraine and look for a luck on foreign countries.
Yeah.
It's true. And the second one, because of recent events, decide just to support Ukraine in its hard time, and they become real patriots of its country. They understand that there is no country in this world or government who could give them so many freedom as Ukraine could do, as their motherland could give them. Yes, so they concentrate on rebuilding of Ukraine in a lot of spheres, business, civil activity, and etc. And it's great. Our task as NGO is to inspire young people to live in their country, to love their country, to create their NGOs, and to believe that they will build a great country for their future children or grandchildren. So, yeah, we think like that, I
Well,
suppose.
I would say if anybody can be inspired pretty much easily, it's the youth,
Yeah.
the children and the youth. But we know that the youth are, at the stage where they're reevaluating their children's values. So because after the adolescence and all that age, so now it's the time for them to take some steps, and if they are directed by the NGOs and other organizations, then they can take some good, positions and in life and in society. Well, what would you expect from the West? They see Ukraine is on the news. What can EU and the USA do
For you.
for your organization?
Well, yes, you please.
Yeah. Ambassador USA supports our projects, Women and oh my God. Ambassador USA, відділ преси, освіти та культури,
Department of Press and Culture.
Okay.
посольство США, Embassy USA
Говори на
support
русском, она переведет быстренько будет.
support our project. It's first school of environmental civic activists, and our project multi-ethnic Ukraine about a movie film about different ethnic group in Ukraine.
Then you are supported by the
Supported.
embassy of USA.
Yes.
Okay.
But what can you expect? Что
More.
можно ожидать еще?
На данный момент мы сейчас пишем проекты, у нас очень много идей, и мы ищем поддержку в разных фондах.
For now, we are making a lot of projects. We have a lot of ideas, and we just are looking for support from these organizations. As Liliia mentioned, United States help her to. She will make a trip to United States.
Yeah, I
That's
know
how
that.
they help. Yeah. So there
You
she
said
will
that.
make a lot of connections. I hope. And as for our expectations, I know that United States and European Union have a lot of projects for such organizations like us.
Yes.
And we will participate in these projects. We just do a lot of on national level.
But
we will
for
go,
example,
international.
you want some help from EU or from US. Do you have some small video of presentation of your work that we can send to our friend in EU or in US?
I think we want to make a great impression on them. Not only 2 or 3 projects. We want them just look at our presentation with the open mouth and say, "Oh, really?
So,
it's a
but
great."
do you have that
Do you have a small video clip?
Well, for now, not really.
Okay.
But we just make a content of this video.
All right.
You have to, really, you have to. A
Yes.
small clip of 3 minutes,
Get
not
busy.
more.
Get busy.
Okay.
That's your home assignment.
And we
you.
want traveling world.
Yes.
We want traveling and demonstration our documental film, multi-ethnic Ukrainians in different countries because our film with English subtitles.
Okay.
That's great, that's great.
Very
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Well, time is up.
Oh my God.
As always, we don't have enough time for our tea time, but it was a good 25 minutes.
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy once said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." The more people walk the walk as they talk the talk, the better it is for Ukraine. It was United Country UAT time by First Ukraine. Thanks for joining us for a cup of tea.
Olivier Vedrine and Sergey Velichanskiy were working for you in the studio. Stay with us and we will show you the real Ukraine.
Thank you for being with us. Have a good day and see you soon.